Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're gonna find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, 3 factors to look out for XRP price explosion. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? So guys, a familiar chorus that we're all used to hearing in this space, of course, is when moon. People are looking at this and thinking, when, oh when are we really going to see some major price movement in this XRP ecosystem? And right now we are getting a lot of confluence from a various number of technical advisors saying, hey, we are literally right on that threshold where we could see something absolutely massive take place with respect to an XRP breakout. Well, guys, there are some various signals that we should be paying attention to in order to be able to know when that breakout's about to happen. Now, just take a look at this article right over here. Is Ripple XRP price about to explode? 3 important things to watch this week. Well, just listen to this. XRP bulls should take a look at those important on-chain factors and follow the news surrounding, get this guys, the possible launch of a spot Bitcoin ETF in America. Now, hey, we have all thought, hey, we see a big time Bitcoin ETF. It could really have a major impact in this market by the inflow of all kinds of funds, and a rising tide absolutely raises all ships. Well, just take a listen to this right down here. XRP on-chain metrics surge, one of the indicators. XRP saw a record number of transactions as of late, with the average transaction per ledger also reaching new all-time highs. How about this? Growth in XRP wallets. The number of XRP wallets has significantly increased, indicating a larger user base and potentially boosting investor confidence. Another thing here, stable XRP prices amidst market optimism. XRP's price has been stable, hovering between 60 and 65 cents. The overall bullish sentiment in the crypto market, especially with Bitcoin's recent rise, might influence XRP's future price movements. Now, right down here, what signals for a potential price breakout? Is Ripple's native token XRP on the verge of a price rally? The question has sparked interest in many industry participants considering the developments of its parent company last year, more specifically, its success in its lawsuit against the United States SEC. On-chain metrics are important to gauge XRP's future price volatility. According to data from XRP Scan, the number of executed XRP transactions exploded to an all-time high of almost 7 million on December 31st and 6.9 million the following day, and we just reported that last night. Well, right down here, the average number of transactions per ledger has also peaked at unseen levels, staying above the 300 mark in the past 3 days. An increase in transaction volume indicates higher network usage and interest in XRP, which might be perceived positively by investors, potentially triggering a price rally. Now, I've heard people come out there and say, well, that was just, a bunch of people testing the network. All that is just absolute baloney, guys. It was not just people spamming the network that had to do with all of those transactions. In fact, if you really look at the on-chain metric data, you can find out that a lot of those transactions that these guys are purporting as tests were actually the fees. And in fact, what we saw is a lot of cross-border usage, especially right around the end of the year in those cross-border payment transactions. And that's where that big volume spike in transaction came from. And that tells you right there that XRP is absolutely being used. Now, XRP stands so close to a massive milestone. Another factor is the rapid rise of XRP wallets, which gets this, guys, jumped to almost 5 million. In contrast, the figure stood at approximately 4 million at the start of last year. That is 1 million plus new wallets, and that is a big time deal. That means the awareness of this ecosystem is picking up, and how. Now, just take a listen to this. The development generally signals a growing user base and increased adoption of XRP, which might infuse excitement and confidence among investors, positively affecting their sentiment. And guys, don't kid yourself. All of these markets are absolutely affected by sentiment. You get Jerome Powell out there, and if he comes out and he was to say, oh, well, we're raising the interest rate by 25 basis points, I'll tell you what, before that speech is done, the market's reacting. Now, that is sentiment, and all markets are influenced by it. Now, listen to this. The Bitcoin ETF expectations. XRP has not experienced any substantial price swings in the past several weeks, which is absolutely a positive deal if you ask me, consolidating between 60 and 65 cents. Cryptocurrencies are typically volatile, and a prolonged consolidation is usually a precursor to a more significant move and an indicator of incoming price movements in any direction. However, considering the bullish sentiment of the cryptocurrency market, prompted by the possible approval of a spot ETF in the United States for Bitcoin, odds might favor a price rally rather than a correction. And remember this, with respect to the Elliott wave theory, we have already had our 5 waves up, and we're literally at that 3 waves down, and we're ready for another Elliott wave move back up. Recall that Bitcoin surpassed the 45K level earlier today for the first time, get this guys, since April of 2022. Now that is significant. While the global crypto market capitalization reached 1.85 trillion per CoinGecko's data. Guys, there are big opportunities coming up in this space, and you want to have your fingers on the pulse of what's happening. Now listen to this article right over here. The ETF, the Exchange Traded Fund Effect, how XRP supply and demand dynamics may shift. Now listen to this. Renowned community figure, XRP community figure Chad Steingraber outlines a strategic roadmap illustrating how an XRP spot ETF could trigger a substantial surge in XRP's value. Well, guys, right now there is no XRP spot ETF on the table, but it's my estimation that should we see in the next couple weeks here that Bitcoin ETF, you can bet your bottom dollar, your last XRP, that eventually we're going to start hearing about a genuine, not a fraud one like that old BlackRock one, spot ETF for XRP, and I think it's going to have a huge impact on this ecosystem. Gains insight into the step-by-step process and factors that can contribute the exponential growth of XRP's price. As the cryptocurrency world eagerly anticipates the potential introduction of an XRP exchange-traded fund, a prominent XRP enthusiast and professional game designer, Chad Steingraber, has envisioned a strategic roadmap that could unlock XRP's true price potential. This roadmap outlines the transformative impact of an XRP spot ETF could have on reshaping the dynamics of the XRP market. Steingraber's strategic analysis revolves around the introduction of an XRP spot ETF and its cascading effects on XRP's value. Acquiring XRP from public exchanges. The inception of an ETF entails the acquisition of XRP directly from public exchanges. This crucial distinction lies in the nature of spot ETFs, where funds are backed by the actual underlying asset, as opposed to a futures ETF, which does not require physical asset holdings, locking up XRP. Subsequently, the exchange-traded fund locks up the purchased XRP tokens. So basically, they can open up an escrow account to hold those for those ETFs. typically entrusting them to a custodian. This process facilitates the issuance of, get this guys, derivative shares, attracting a diverse array of investors, including institutions and the general public. You have an XRP ETF just like a Bitcoin ETF. Now you've opened up the floodgates for institutions because of their fiduciary responsibility. They can't hold, but boy, can they ever load up on the ETFs. And we're talking hedge funds, pension plans, you name it, and it could really have an impact for sure, creating scarcity in XRP supply. Steingraber's analysis points out that the public purchases and subsequent locking up of XRP tokens contribute to a scarcity factor in XRP supply. The decreased availability of XRP combined with the rising demand from both the ETF and the public leads to an inevitable outcome, an upward trajectory in XRP's market value. Furthermore, Steingraber highlights the type of investors likely to participate in the XRP ETF. Institutions and governments are expected to allocate substantial funds to the ETF, emphasizing its potential as a long-term investment vehicle. Many investors engaging with the ETF are likely to adopt a decades-long or even perpetual holding strategy. Guys, we're not talking about that big volatility anymore, are we? We're talking about things leveling out. This strategic approach involves passing down XRP ETF shares from one generation to the next. The amalgamation of sustained interest from long-term investors and a constrained supply could create a compelling market environment that propels XRP's value to new highs. Lastly, Steingraber underlines the role of market sentiment following the announcement of a legitimate XRP ETF. Now listen to this. This is a really great point that is made here. He draws attention to a previous instance where market dynamics swiftly reacted to ETF-related news. When a fraudulent BlackRock ETF filing was revealed in November, remember that? And of course, that whole thing was being investigated and on and on. Of course, we haven't heard what has transpired because of that whole investigation. But the price did surge from about 66.5 cents to over 72 cents in less than 30 minutes. Guys, when we see these things that are coming about for this digital asset space, with these ETFs allowing for traditional markets to absolutely participate, it is going to be absolutely wild. We're not talking about just rinky-dink retail. Do you think it's absolutely retail that is moving these markets? Come on, guys. When Bitcoin goes up even $500 or XRP goes up just a few cents, do you know how many billions upon billions of dollars it takes to make those moves? That is not retail. That is institutional buying. Now, guys, they're doing it through various mechanisms, but boy, I'll tell you what, do they ever want to be able to do it just right head first? And they are biting at the bit because they know what this digital asset space, this distributed ledger technology space represents. It represents the future of money, the future of value, the internet of value, how our digital IDs are kept, our medical records, healthcare, the ownership of assets like real property, like bullion, like our vehicles, all of those kind of things, from the utilization of NFTs and on and on and on. And of course, the smart contract platforms and on it goes. This is what the future is unfolding into. Guys, don't look at the day-to-day little price action. Look at the long-term future value of what's going on in the wide world. And we know that it's happening. It's not just speculation with no application. We know very well that these assets are being utilized today and are being used to develop, get this, guys, the evolution of money, the rails that are being laid down using distributed ledger technology. And you got Ripple out there literally helping, as we say, nation states to develop the rails for the evolution of their money into central bank digital currencies. I mean, you cannot make this up. It is absolutely astounding what we're seeing and the transition that we're a part of right now. I'm telling you guys, generations have never seen such a transition about what we're ready to see now. Just take a look at this last little article right over here. crucial upcoming dates, and let's remind ourselves in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit in 2024 showdown. Now listen to this. As the long-standing lawsuit between Ripple and the SEC enters its final stages, here are some key dates to mark on your calendar in coming months. Now, guys, here are some signals that we want to be paying attention to. Absolutely. Ripple's grueling lawsuit with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is now entering, get this, guys, its fourth year. Filed by the SEC in December of 2020, the lawsuit alleged that XRP is a security under U.S. laws and accused Ripple founders Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen of violating securities laws. Well, as we know, XRP got legal clarity from Judge Annalisa Torres, and the SEC has given up and totally dropped their lawsuit against Garlinghouse and Larsen, and they're not pursuing it at all. The next big phase here, guys, has got to be settlement. Fast forward to the present, Ripple has scored significant wins. First, a U.S. district court ruled and upheld a decision that XRP traded by everyday investors in blind bid-ask transactions did not constitute securities transactions. That crucial ruling in July led to the relisting of XRP on multiple exchanges and caused the cryptocurrency to set a new yearly high. Further, in a surprising turn of events, in October, the SEC pulled out of its pending lawsuits against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen, what we were just saying there, throwing in the towel on the front, raised hopes that the regulator would eventually pursue a settlement with Ripple in the coming months. However, such a settlement may take a while to arrive, with the court's July ruling also affirming that direct sales of XRP by Ripple to institutional investors may, and that is the fundamental word right there, qualify as securities transactions. The subject will be at the center of attention and form the basis for both parties to reach a resolution. Now remember, the court ordered both of these parties into mediation so that we could avoid a trial in this whole deal. As the case drags on, oh, hold on. Sorry, I missed a bit. However, the subject will be at the center of attention and form the basis for both parties to reach a resolution. As the case drags on, court's documents reveal crucial dates for XRP holders to watch out for in the first quarter of 2024. After some time out, the first key date to keep an eye on is February 12th of 2024. This is the deadline provided by the court for both parties to complete remedies related to discovery. This process would have allowed Ripple and the SEC to share possible remedies and solutions to resolving the ongoing dispute. The SEC is expected to file its remedies brief on March 13th, 2024, while Ripple submits its opposition on April 12th of 2024. Afterward, the SEC will have until April 29th to reply to whatever opposition Ripple brings. Successful completion of this phase of the legal process potentially opens the door for Ripple and the SEC to bring the lawsuit to a climax, with Ripple's legal team also anticipating, get this guys, a settlement in 2024. Such an outcome is more likely than probable. I absolutely believe this case is going to be satisfied with an eventual settlement. And remember this, guys, we have our Bitcoin halving happening here in April of 2024. 2024 is gearing up, and I believe for this digital asset space to be one of the biggest years that we have ever seen, especially, of course, in the last four, but even with prior bull runs. Now, just think, XRP back there in 2021, it did a 1,200% move from 17.5 cents to $1.97, with being all that, kind of cloud of uncertainty over it with the SEC lawsuit, no legal clarity, being delisted from practically every U.S. exchange, save Uphold. And now what's happened? While they're relisted on every exchange, the clarity is there for XRP. And think about this, with the possibility of settlement being right there. Guys, what if it did a 12x from where it is now? We're talking about a $7, $8 XRP. So a $10 to $15 XRP is not that far out of the imagination and may even explode way beyond that. You got to keep that in mind. You want to be thinking out there. You want your fingers on the pulse of this ecosystem and out there absolutely following these signals. Guys, some big deals are coming. Don't let all the fudsters come out there try to scare you out of your positions and get you thinking that you don't have any research it. Like I say, spend your time getting to know this ecosystem and researching it. Guys, I'll tell you what, a great day is on its way. And I absolutely believe that 110%. So guys, we've all heard it said there is no better time than the present. And at the speed at which things change in this space, you want to get your plan in place. And what our coaching program offers, that is where you and I can meet personally, one-on-one for 1 hour over Zoom. And during that time, I share with you our personal journey in that last bull run and what enabled Judy and I to experience some amazing financial success. I share with you the mistakes we made so that you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls we did. We take a look at your portfolio and make sure that it's balanced towards your goals, and we work together to develop your exit strategy. We can even get your assets off an exchange and onto a hardware wallet, along with delivering to you some amazing techniques that are really going to help you in this space. Now, the cost of that is $250, and if that's something that interests you, you write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com and we'll get you all booked in. So guys, this is the video I have for you today, and as always, I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, many of you know I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Hey, don't forget to put your comments right down there in the comment section and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our regularly released videos. So, in the meantime, and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.